What's going on, everybody? This is Denean.
This is Katrina.
And this is Tuff Talk Toronto. We're doing another Tuff Talk Tuesday. And you know what? I just want to start off by saying you got to give people their flowers while they're still here. Okay?
Okay.
That's what I'm tough about.
That's what you're tough about?
That's what I'm tough about.
Do you want to elaborate?
I just think that a lot of people, you obviously heard the phrase before, right?
Of course, yeah.
So the phrase pretty much means while people are here, give them their praise, tell them your I love yous, tell them how much they mean to you and things like that, right? Because people always wait until it's too late, right?
Yeah.
They want to wait till it's the funeral, and then they want to be putting up RIPs and I should have said this and I should have said that, and they want to put these long sappy messages on Instagram and
then
Facebook.
find a picture of them or when they were together. No,
exactly. You could have done that, and easier said than done though, because a lot of us do we do that? I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people I could have said that to or should say that to and things like that. But
like
then
that one phone call you should have returned.
There you go, you know what I mean? So sometimes you'll feel like it'll make you feel guilty, but granted, you can't always, right? So it kind of contradicts at the same time, because you can't always, let's say, call everyone you know every day, right? To say, or like check up on everyone regularly, because you don't have enough time in the day, depending on how much people you know, right? And depending how much people you feel mean something to you, right?
Right.
So that kind of contradicts, but at the same time, I'm a strong believer, like if someone pops up in your mind, right, and you're thinking about that person, or you're like, yo, I had a dream or something about that person, I'm always a strong believer that you should probably give them a call.
Well, what if it's like, I agree, but what if being too paranoid? You know, like you're overthinking. What if you're overthinking?
Well, I don't think that's really overthinking. If like someone pops up in your head, like say someone you never talked to in like 10 years, that you were close to, or whatever the case is, and you're like, you know what, I haven't heard from so and so in so long. No, it pops up in your mind, like I haven't heard from this person, or they're in your dream or something random, and they cross your mind, and you know you haven't talked to them in 10 years.
Right.
I feel like if you still have contact with them, or you have some type of connection somehow with them, you should call them.
You know, I agree, but it's just I talk to the people that I love every day, so I don't think I'm not saying I catch up with all my friends all the time. Like there are some friends since the pandemic and stuff that I haven't reached out to see how they're doing, and I should, because this is like a really crazy time right now. But I talk to my mom every day, talk to all my close friends every day, so I try to make sure that I do reach out to them when I can.
So do you think that if your friends or anything, like do you think they feel that you are, you guys are that close, or that you would give them their flowers, like, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Okay, good.
Of course.
Good.
Of course.
Good. Okay, so that's...
Do you feel the same way?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
What about the people, like, say, in your family who, like, say, a parent, or, like, say, a close uncle or aunt or cousin or brother and sister who you have a strained relationship with? Should you still keep putting out that effort to give them their flowers?
Of course.
I say, okay, so a lot of times...
being, like, annoying or anything, but if you think that you are putting too much effort making that relationship work and it's not working, you can just take a step back and then go back again if you genuinely want to make that relationship work.
And I think at the same time, too, depends on the situation, right? Sometimes people just violate completely, and no matter if they're a friend or foe or a family member, whatever the case is, you'll just say, you're cut, I can't talk, or deal with that toxic behavior. You get what I'm saying? But if it's like your sibling or whatever the case is, or someone close, and you said family, right? So if it's a family member or whatever the case is, and it's something light, like disagreement or something that was said once upon a time, I think that you should be able to get past that and try to still reach out and say hi, whatever the case is, depending how big your family is too. I don't know half of my family,
right?
And the ones I do know, I don't have that. I don't even know the last time I spoke to some of them. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, depends on the situation.
I agree. I completely agree.
Yeah, so I also think, like, this is a topic we brushed upon, you know what I mean? But I also feel like we should definitely try to pay more attention to our parents and stuff like that.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, because a lot of times, like, especially, I'm not talking about the people that, you know, you don't talk to your parents and stuff like that. I'm talking about the people that, you know, talk to their parents, or parents been around and stuff like that, and just, or, you know what I mean, and just don't have the time to have that conversation, or have that time to just discuss the day, or say, how are you? You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes, your parents are getting older. You get what I'm saying? You always have to look at it. This is a circle of life. So we are going to be in that position one day. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So do we want to be in that position, sitting down, and your child passes you, not saying nothing to you? You know what I'm saying?
You know you would not like that.
Exactly.
So then why do you do it to your parents?
Exactly. And then that does fall under the treat people how you want to be treated thing, right? But we can touch into that as well. But it does fall into that. But a lot of times we don't put ourselves into people's shoes, right? Position, shoes, or whatever the case is, and what happens? Then all of a sudden we can imagine imagine them in that situation, or whatever, and we just treat people however, right? Your family member, whatever the case is, like.
I'm trying my best to work on communication with my mom, and just not letting things affect me that are so little. And if I do respond harshly, I suck it up. I try my best to suck it up and just apologize. Because who would want that response from someone, especially your child? You know?
Yeah.
So I try my best, because, like you said, what was the saying? You won't hear that voice. What was it that you?
Oh, the meme, or not the meme, or the post said.
Just read it.
Let me find the post, because this is a nice post, and I think
this is what started, like, the whole conversation, and we're just talking about how we treat our parents, and how we should, you know, correct our ways. When we know we're wrong, let's just admit that we're wrong and just talk to them about it.
I can't find it.
Oh my gosh.
Just know that it was a good post, and it sparked this conversation. So it's just really, you know, just try to keep, you have to keep, you know, our elderly in mind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Grandparent, whatever. Anyone that really raised you and stuff. That's just something that I thought that I should discuss, right? But yeah, that's what I feel, to be completely honest. Did you have something to say?
I was going to touch on the part where she said that it's not good to, what did you say again? It's not good to have that.
Like to hold on to the anchor?
Yeah. But sometimes it may be hard for that person to let go of, I don't know if you want to call it a grudge, or the toxic that they've been living with for so long. So sometimes the parent, like the older person, is ready to be mature with the child, but then the child, that's also now an adult maybe, may not be ready to have that sit down, or move past some of the let's just quote unquote say abuse they've been living with their whole life. That may be hard for the other part.
So the parent is the child?
Sorry?
You say it's not so the parent or the child? That's not...
Like, how can you go past, like, are you able to move past all the stuff that you've been through as a child with your parent, and kind of just suck it up and just keep going forward, or have a positive relationship without that acknowledgement, like, yeah, you know what, I wasn't that great as a parent, I could have treated you better. Like, is it easy to move on without that acknowledgement?
Yeah, I think a lot of people just, in any situation, a lot of people want to move past things. They don't really want to face that issue face on type of thing, right? So they don't want to, it's so easier to just continue than to, like, think of yourselves in any situation. You might sometimes know that you and someone have some issue, or you said something you shouldn't have said and things like that, and it's better for you in the end, or if you're not a confrontational person, things like that, some people just will skip past that and not really address the issue and move past that and try to go on. But what happens is the person that could have got the apology is going to always harbor that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Like they're trying to sweep it underneath the rug.
Yeah.
Thing.
It's so easy for people to push past an issue than to speak about it, I think.
But I think when it's a little too late, I think that they say in their head, I should have.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the part that if you could master, honestly, if you could master being able to just say everything you want to say, right, regardless of the circumstance and regardless of feelings and things like that, I feel like that's what I would aspire to be. That's like your truth. You get what I'm saying? You're not.
But then are you also taking like their response to it? What if they don't like it? Are you then making sure they understand it from your perspective, or are you just letting them react the way they want to react? It's on them too, that because they're reacting that way.
Honestly, I think I'm not like that, right? I still take people's feelings into consideration, right. Sometimes, right? But it's just like if I was able to do that, right, I wouldn't care what that person feels at that moment, because guess what? You're saying your truth. You're saying what is completely on your mind, regardless of what the person's going to think or feel. Mm-hmm. And I think no one will understand that but you would feel some type of satisfaction that you get to say everything you want to say, good or bad. Like, you get what I'm saying? But then that's where just a filter. I would say that's a you just don't have a filter. No filter, right? But it's how you execute it anyway. You're not just gonna go and say certain things like in a certain way. But I'm just saying, like, just say. Have you ever seen the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey?
I'm just thinking about it. That's
what that is. Like, you know what I mean? At one point, he lied all the time. Then all he had to do is tell the truth. He couldn't lie no more. Yeah. Right. So he had a better life eventually after the fact, because now he couldn't lie. Like, he's just saying everything he wants to say. Mm-hmm. So that's what I agree with. Like, that's something
that you want to
exactly
happen to you. Okay.
I feel like we ventured off. We kind of just went
no. You
left. So you guys understood what we're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So did you have something else that you want to say?
No, I just this topic really touches me because my my grandmother is in a nursing home, and she's on a do not resuscitate code, I guess. And it made me think about all the times that I could have seen her and I didn't, and I consciously drove past her house to go to say Brampton or to the mall and stuff, when I could have just stopped by and
Mm-hmm.
But she's still with us now, so I'm going to take every effort I can. I think that's what you can do. If the person is still there,
mm-hmm.
you could still recognize, you know what?
It's the fact that you recognized it, though.
Yeah.
Some people just ignore it. So the fact that you recognized it and you're willing to make a change.
Mm-hmm. Now, before it's too late.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of people they don't have the time. We have nothing but time, technically. You get what I'm saying? But the thing is, a lot of people just don't. You feel like you always have another day. Mm-hmm. That's the issue. Everyone always feels like they have another day. Mm-hmm. But you don't know. Life is not promised, right? So maybe you won't have the other day to do that thing that you wanted to do or say those things that you want to say.
And time is moving so fast. I swear it was just the beginning of November. And now, tomorrow's December 1st. So time is so fast. And so when people keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, it just keeps on going further and further.
Time runs out eventually, right? And then that's where regret comes from, too.
Yeah. Later
on in life, you'll be like, I regret not going here, and I regret not following my dreams,
or not saying that thing to that one person.
Exactly, stuff like that, right? Yeah. And that's why they say you wouldn't want to live life with no regrets, right?
Yeah.
So I would say big up to you, though, that you're recognizing it, and
that's the
all
first
you have to
step.
do
is
just, now that you know and you acknowledge it, you take that time and that effort, because it's better late than never.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You agree with me? Your head went like this. Maybe so. What did you have to say?
Nothing.
Are you sure?
No.
Just say it. See, say your truth. I just spoke about it. I said if you say everything that you wanted to say and on your mind,
I think
you would never regret.
Personally, I just think it's hard for some people.
Yeah.
And even if I acknowledge something and I say, okay, I'm gonna speak up, the other party may not even take in that I'm trying. They may still be stuck on how they're used to dealing with me or whoever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't want my efforts to go unnoticed. So maybe that's why I don't even try, because I've already tried before and it went unnoticed, and that hurt more than, just sweeping it under the rug all the time.
Okay, so are you speaking about, but people in a whole, like you rather just not say anything than to say things to people because of one situation or other situations? You wouldn't say it to no one else again?
No, it all depends on the person.
Okay.
Like that relationship.
Reciprocating what I have to say to them.
Okay.
Some people will hear me out. Some people will understand.
Yeah.
Some people won't hear me out. Some people won't understand.
Yeah.
Or some people won't even acknowledge that I'm trying.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
Okay. I agree with that. That's deep. You get the snap. I can't even snap on that hand. I'm like, it's like sticking. Oh my goodness. But yeah,
I know how a video feels because my father is absent, and every time like something big happens, he would pop up and say, "Oh, I want to have a relationship with you because of X, Y, and Z," and it would